Meanwhile, there are renewed calls for harsher COVID-19 measures as the country undergoes what has been described as a second wave of the virus. The call comes from Professor of Public Health at the University of the West Indies, Peter Figueroa. Kelisha Williams reports.
Over 200 COVID-19 cases since the borders reopened in June, 4 additional deaths and 48 persons hospitalized. Sections of Clarendon and St. Thomas have also been placed under quarantine as cases surge, pushing the number of cases island-wide to over 1,020. According to Professor of Public Health at the University of the West Indies, Peter Figueroa, it's clear the second wave of the virus is here and the government should respond accordingly.
I would suggest that the government needs to increase the curfew hours to bring it to the attention of people that we need to take action. I would reduce the number of people who can gather together to ensure, and I would also mobilize the community leaders at the grassroots to talk with them and explain the importance of persons wearing their masks and following the guidelines.
The demographics of the victims of the virus is also changing. Just yesterday, a 37-year-old man was the latest fatality. So what does this mean for the country? The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has outlined that older people and those with underlying conditions are at greater risk of dying from the virus.
It emphasizes the importance of person taking measures.
And with a general election on the horizon, Professor Figueroa is also expressing concerns.
I certainly think we can have an election, but to have the crowds gathering and people walking through with crowds, I think we would be courting disaster. So I think the government and the leadership, the political leadership, have to think about this very, very carefully.
Countries across the globe have seen an uptick in COVID-19 cases, especially some places in the United States which were lifting lockdown and relaxing COVID-19 measures. However, the World Health Organization has warned that countries may have to reinstate lockdowns and other measures to curb the spread of the virus. Kelisha Williams, TVJ News.